Tuesday, June 9th. Can you believe it? I don't know, that just astounds me that we can do all that. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, so I've got a lot of content to cover today, and I've got to tell you, I'm pretty excited. I think we've been talking about a surge coming, and the surge is coming, and I'm going to show you some pretty cool stuff and some rewards for y'all for doing what you're doing. So we're going to share my screen. I'm going to pop right in. Get rid of that. And go to here and present. There we go. So this is a business. We have a business meeting. And somebody's not muted, Mr. Beggins, okay. And it's June 9th. And our job is to empower, educate, and encourage. And that's kind of our mission. Who else is not muted here? Everybody is not. Okay. I like to start with my fair quotes. Happy Monday, everybody. Regardless of the day, remember to manage your priorities well. The most important thing we do is keep the most important things the most important thing. This is one of the things you have to reread a couple of times. That takes me back to, how many of you watched the meeting yesterday that Jeff and Mike did? They went through the important things. What was the most important thing for you to do? Anybody remember? It was taking care of your sphere, because they already like you, they trust you, and they know you're good at what you're doing. You don't have a sale to make. So that's the number one priority, take care of your sphere. How are you gonna do that? You can phone them, you can text them, you can DM them, you can Facebook message them, you can do whatever, but that should be a part of your routine, priority one every day. After that, it's your lead follow-up. You have leads in your Zap, you have leads in your purse, you have leads in your glove box, you have leads all over the place. Now is the time to start talking to them. And Jeff and Mike gave you some really, really, really strong talking points about helping them prepare for the surge, which means right now, okay, so what happened was rates fell really quickly about 2 months ago. And the refi boom just kicked into second gear. And then the banks immediately raised rates because they got so much business they couldn't handle it. So the theory is for you to empower, educate, and encourage to talk to the people you're talking to and have them get ready now. Get with a loan officer, get approved, basically, and don't lock in because we suspect rates are going to fall even further, but they should be ready to pull the trigger and commit to a loan. So there's one. Two, the only thing standing between you and the goals you set is this crazy story you keep telling yourself, which is why you can't achieve them. I love it. Three, whenever you find yourself doubting how far you can go, just remember how far you've already come. Remember everything you've faced, all the battles you've won, and all the fears you've overcome. You know, the story I like to talk about on that is, you know, many of you had a job earning money, and you went through the trials and tribulations of quitting that job, starting a business, investing capital with no income for a period of time. You had to go to school, you had to pass the school, you had to take the exam, you had to pass the exam, you had to interview with different brokers, you had to make a decision where you wanted to go. Those are all successes, every one of them across the way. So don't focus on the fact that maybe you haven't made a sale in your first 30 days. Focus on all the successes you made along the way to get you to this new position that you're in. Knowledge is knowing what to say. Wisdom is knowing whether to say it or not. That is so important in today's world, right? Because it's easy to get. And we talked yesterday about people doing social media posts with discriminatory or nasty concepts that are going to come back to bite you. So knowledge is knowing what to say. Wisdom is knowing whether to say it or not. Obsessed is just a word that lazy people use to describe those that are dedicated. Ooh, take that. And I've given you this one before because I looked at it and read it often myself. Success is willing to do what the other person is not willing to do. There you go. Oh, I didn't get Puma in here. I got to get him in. Participants, JKLMNOP, Mike Puma, more, promote panelist, Mike Puma, make co-host. All right, I've got my little rant here I want to go through real quick. Some chats. Jeff says rates are at 3% conventional and 3.5% FHA from discount loans. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, here's the news. In May of 2020, which means the 31 days prior to this month, we did 257 sales and opened $1,948,000 in GCC. By any stretch of the imagination, that is a fantastic month. Now go back to May of 2019, we did 306 sales, right? So that's 43 and 6, so 49 fewer sales for 2.2 million. I'm gonna show you some graphs in a little bit that Joe shared with me. Prices are actually up right now. It's insane. So when I pulled this report, it was the end of May, and no discount meant, it's just a joke for me. But you know, if you guys wrote a sale on May 30th or 31st, by the time you actually got it, you know, signed, sealed, delivered, and submitted for review, it might have been May 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th. And I think I'll show you the hot sheet from yesterday. We had 20 deals on it. So probably another 10 or 15 deals are May deals that haven't been reported that are turned in June. So we might be closer to 280-ish sales versus 306 for May of last year. And May of last year was a damn good month. So that just is like, wow. And the surge isn't even here yet, because you're still dealing with, I would say it's less than 50% of the population is freaked out. But I would say, yeah, less than 50% are freaked out, and we're doing this good. So when we say the surge is coming, when the other 50% that's freaked out gets less freaked out, just hold on. So that's what we want you out there communicating with tactical things for them to do, like get qualified. Have me out to do a market analysis on your house. Let's see what your equity is. Let's see what you can buy. Power them to dream. They can go and they can buy a bigger house. They can look at Puma. Jeff's got him almost convinced to buy a new house now. He needs a bigger yard. He needs a bigger pool. He needs another bedroom, all that type of stuff. And it's just from constantly reminding them what they need.
I hate you, Jeff.
Greg, look at those numbers. That means that if you do the math on that, the average commission check for this year was almost $7,600, and the average commission check for last year was $7,400. So we all got a $200 raise, which means home prices went up about $7,500 from last year to this year on average for our sales in the company.
In a global pandemic and financial stock crisis. My 401k came out last Friday, and it's actually higher than it was in February. I mean, it dropped 45%, and it's back up to where it was in February. I mean, this is just unprecedented. The stock market's still climbing, right? And job losses going down. It's just awesome. Let me do that. Okay, we talked about that. All right, I just want to have a conversation. It's hard to have a two-way conversation this way, but office reopening. I'm gonna give you my perspective. The offices are open. You've got this little thing on your phone. It's called Kissy. And if you hit the button, the door unlocks. Go in. If you feel comfortable going to the office, go to the office, right? Be responsible. Wash your hands. Don't cough on people. If you sneeze, sneeze in the corner of your elbow, and use sanitizing wipes when you touch things. That's the right thing to do. That's protocol today. So the offices are open. If you don't feel comfortable and don't want to go to the office, then don't go to the office, right? So there's no big brother rule here telling you what to do. People are going to the office every day, and they're getting what they need done, and have at it. So I'm not going to make an official opening date. We're going to announce some things. We have some other things we have to talk about. Protection-wise, FAR came out with a COVID waiver for office entry. So we're not going to shuttle the responsibility that if you decide to come to the office and for some reason somebody was in the office that was sick, you can't sue us because you did that. So we're going to send out, the OTLs are going to send you a COVID waiver of entry. And if you want to come into the office, we want you to sign that form, which just says you're coming in on your own guard, right? Use social distancing and all the stuff I just told you. So that's going to come out, and it's been out for some people already. So that's coming. We also have created a new independent contract agreement because we haven't done that in about 15 years. And that's going to be coming out through .loop and by the OTL. Some exciting things in there for you guys. some protections for us. One, we're going to put in the TCPA, the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. That is a rule that says you are not allowed to use auto dialers to talk to people unless they have given you express written consent to do that. As we hire more people, they're coming from other companies and they're doing illegal things. So we need them to know, and we need you to know, that you cannot do that. So it's going to put the onus on you to be responsible to not violate the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. We're also going to have some disclosures in there. We are videotaping a lot, and you're going to give us consent to videotape you because we're going to ask you every time we want to do it. But more importantly for you is we're making a couple changes to the commission structure. So the E&O fee is going to come off the top now. So we'll be paying a portion of that along with you. So your E&O costs are going to drop. And we're also going to cap the 2% brand marketing fee, 6 and the 2. After 100 grand, the 2 is going to go away. So that 2 means you're capped at $2,000 a year for all Century 21's marketing. So $2,000 a year divided by 12 months is $167 a month. That's a hell of a bargain to get the advantage of Century 21 systems, tools, and marketing for $167 a month. And so if you're not, until you reach 100 grand, you're paying the 2%, but after that it stops. So those are pretty much the meat, other than just updating a bunch of other stuff. So that'll be coming out to you as well. I can't really get double interaction here. I'm going to ask managers for a meeting on Thursday, just a little half hour, 45-minute get together on Zoom. But there's a whole bunch of stuff out there that I want to talk about. Ojo, I'm very impressed with. Puma and I did another call with them last week. It's Opcity on steroids, but it takes the agent out of the game until the players are ready, which is really the right thing to do, but it's a change. So what I'd like to do is just take the century21.com leads that y'all tell me suck and we don't get any business from, and I'm gonna have those go directly to Ojo. Ojo will assess them, nurture them, work them, live person talk to them if they can. If they're ready, they're gonna send them back to you, listing agent, right away. Now, the challenge is you, listing agent, might be in the bathroom and left your phone in the kitchen. Then it's going to hit lead router rules and roll to somebody else. So the amount of distributed leads is going to go down because they're only going to send the leads to people that want to talk to an agent now. But the rest is going to be, and it's actually pretty cool. The consumer has to put an app on their phone, and then Ojo is going to interact with them and say, well, you like the house at 123 Any Street. Here's one that's similar. What do you think about it? And it's going to record all of the consumer's preferences as it goes through this criteria of what they're looking for. And then it's going to automatically make suggestions over time. I mean, this is not a month-long, week-long, year-long. It's a long process until the consumer's ready. They need to be nurtured for a while. But it's artificial intelligence tracking their preferences along the way, and then making suggestions just to keep them involved. And then Ojo will convert them to a person within our company. So it's kind of like Opcity, but it's Opcity on steroids, because Opcity does some of that without the AI portion. But Opcity, if it sends it to Ashley and Ashley doesn't answer it, it just goes to somebody else in the Opcity network, which could be Remax, could be Berkshire Hathaway, could be whatever it is. But this is guaranteed within our company. So they want us to run a test for 60 days. There is a referral fee, just like Opcity. But once again, we're not closing these leads anyway, so it's worth a shot, and we'll see what we can do. If you have any strong offense to that, let me know. But if not, I think we're going to test it for 60 days. The new listing agreement is out, and you need to start using that. That's the one that basically just says, hey, seller, the broker has responsibilities. Your listing has to go in the MLS within 1 day. If you don't like that, sign here, but understand it's an office exclusive and you can't go in the MLS. So it's that clear communication cooperation policy. That's all the change, nothing else important in that. All right, the next thing I want to do is quick jump over to my inbox. I've got a bunch of things flagged, kind of quickly. I don't want to stop sharing, but I want to get out of the full screen. Escape. Maybe if I click on the screen. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, Jeff, I can do that. Here we go. Okay. This was just cool. So Joe has access to some program he pulls up. I'm going to show you these three reports very quickly. I'm not going to bore you with them, but I'm stunned. Okay, this is median sold price by month in Hillsborough County. Look, what causes prices to rise? Supply and demand. What do we have? Low supply, high demand. Definition for rising prices. Median for sale versus median sold. May for sale, which is crazy because May for sale here was lower. May sold higher than May sold. Wow. Sold properties by month is down 29%, which is odd. And then we've got under contract by month. Look at that. This is the busiest contract writing month ever in Hillsborough County. And this is new properties on the market. Here's a problem. See? Less new properties on the market leads to supply shortages. For sale by month. We just keep selling, selling, selling. No more inventory coming in. At a time like this, expired listings are way down. There's one more. Supply and demand. So for sale is up here. Sold is down here. What is this? Look at that one. So that was one. Sarasota, Manatee counties. It's so good to be in Florida. Sold price by month down a little bit, but pretty darn stable across Sarasota, Manatee. Median for sale versus median sold. Prices up, down a tad. Sold properties by month, not recuperating as fast there versus May last year. Under contract though, that was closed. This is new business, so the future is looking really bright. Best sales month in Sarasota, Manatee in the last 12 months. New properties by month, same thing, better than last month, but down from last year. So it's the same story in all of these markets. And then the last one would be Pinellas. Very similar story. Sold price higher than last year. Crazy good news. More commissions, which Chris pointed out. For sale versus sold. Median prices higher and higher. Pinellas County. Sold properties by month suffering compared to May of last year. Look at this, under properties by, this has been consistent every report we looked at. More properties went under contract in May of 2020 than any other month in the last 12 months. And you can see the depression we had here. This is a boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. It should have been going like this. New properties by month. Pinellas is actually adding a little bit more. It's probably Jeff and his projects affecting the whole countywide report. For sale properties just down across the board, which is why we went through all the things yesterday to what you could do to get listings. Expired properties by month, down, because they're selling. And this is supply and demand by month. Supply is down 31% from previous years. Demand is down 46% from previous years in Pinellas. Average days on market by month. Well, look at this, March and April is like nothing. Not something super special. All right, so that just kind of shows you consistently across greater Tampa Bay that things are moving, and I don't want to hear anybody saying it's slow. I got a text from, what's this text? What's my text message? Here it is. There it is. This is Laura Wolf. One closing Friday for 539, two closings today back to back, 309 and 255. One closing tomorrow for 309. one new listing today in Bahia and one new pending listing today. Right? That's a hell of a day. Wow. All right. Angelique sent out last night to the team a first responder video. Jonathan shot a video of all the charitable things that the South Tampa office did. It's a cute little 5-minute watch. Take a look. It's just really neat to see, you know, jumping in and making a difference. You know, this stuff we haven't talked about in a while, but people's emails get hacked. And our C2NBE account is tracked, but it doesn't matter. There's still a thing. Look at this. They created Lisa Myers at C21BES.com. So they spoof their email, right? And then they ask for wiring instructions. Wire fraud email. Mine and Sarah's emails have been hacked and spoofed. Move this over here. To our client, asking them to wire funds. I have attached the email that our customer has received. I'm not making this shit up. And this is not our accounts being hacked. This is somebody spoofing our account. Good morning, Evan, from Lisa at C21BES.com. Attached is a copy of the trust wire information. Please amount the wire. The final amount to wire is $185,000. Kindly forward me the wire receipt for reference as soon as the wire is completed today. Thank you, from Lisa. Right? What a scam. That shit's happening. That's why all the title companies have messages in their email signatures saying confirm your wire instructions. We have to remain diligent with this. Have these conversations with your customers. It's just wrong, but it's happening. I just wanted to bring this up because it's my favorite thing to do at 11 o'clock in the morning. 20 deals went under contract over the weekend, 6 new listings, 11 closed sides, 3 new. So what's the challenge in this? I mean, let's take a moment and revel in the joy that we had 20 contracts turned in over the weekend. And then let's be critical ourselves. What the hell? We put 20 deals under contract and only brought 6 new listings in the market. This is a self-defeating prophecy. 11 closed sides is fantastic. I just wanted to remind you that when you get your database going in Business Builder or Zap, there's some consistent things that just go out automatically. I got this from Tenley yesterday. Has quarantine forced you to consider a split from your home? Nice information. Dad teaching the kid on the laptop, mom working from home at the office, dog going crazy, saying, what are you people doing here? Is it just too small? Is it too old? The mortgage business is alive, well, and online. We can get you requalified. And then a nice little friendly reminder. And if nothing else, I saw that Tenley sent her something. So I just wanted to remind you those are there for you. And I hope you're taking advantage of it. Excuse me. Chat. Yeah, I saw that, Sarah. Just send me 185,000. If that 185,000 had went to that wrong number, what are the chances of getting it back? Almost none. We were able to save one because it got held up in a Federal Reserve Bank in Texas. Word this morning is asymptomatic people cannot spread the COVID-19 virus. Oh, that's cool. What's going on with the lawsuits that have been brought against that clear? I haven't heard anything about that, Rachel. So I don't know about that. Okay. Birthdays are coming up, real estate news. Oh, this is just, look at the stuff that's going on here. So we've got this new calendar. It's called the Info, it's not new. It's a calendar called Info at C2NBE. And what we're doing is putting every class that's going on every day with the Zoom link so you can attend whatever it is you want. So there's script practice on Monday at 7:30 with Thomas, and there's his Zoom room. And Marketing Monday with Puma. And then on Tuesday, there's a business meeting, there's a Beaches team meeting, there's a Sarasota meeting, there's beach talks with my dad. And then on Wednesday, there's Wisdom Wednesdays at 8:30 with a Brandon meeting at 9:30. Zap Best Practices with Jimmy McNally. IRB live and in person at the Barefoot Beach Club this week. Thursday, June 11th, Hot Topic Thursday. Friday, Master the Contract Fridays, and the Sun City Center team meetings. So if you're ever, at loss for something to do and you want to tune in and see what's going on in the offices of the company, this is going out every week, and I think you guys like seeing it, so we'll keep doing that. Angelica, I was also thinking we could, Jody's sending out reminder emails to all the agent trainings for Century 21, but this is just getting like too much because we've got Century 21 University stuff coming on all over the place as well. Hey, Rachel, thank you. Almost there, 4 more to go. Oh, listening agreement, I mentioned that earlier. It's coming out. It's just a clear cooperation policy. The COVID in-office form, I talked about that earlier. So the OTLs are going to send that out for e-sign by you. Just open it, read it, sign it, tap your phone, and you're done. And please don't make us wait 6 months to get this back. Next Door Heroes, I missed the webinar, or it's not till next week. So Ashley, you might want to talk about that in your update. And Home Partners is coming back, but they're opening in smaller markets first, or 50% of the markets first, and then opening back up. Tampa is one of the markets. Apparently Sarasota is not yet, but Home Partners are starting to come back. So there you are. That's our normalcy moments. Now let's go to, let's hear from our management. I'll change my gallery view. Let's stop my share if you want to do. There we go. There's everybody. Let's start with Deborah Haley because you're on my top left.
Good morning, everyone. I sent out a little spreadsheet of my own this week for just Sun City Center. We're kind of a microcosm of actually Hillsborough. And what I found out over just the last 3 months is we have had, and I split this up by houses and by condos. So the single family homes here, we have sold 98 homes the last 3 months. Now, yes, those went from January, February, we're closing in March, April, and May. But we're averaging 30 a month, a little over 32 a month in solds. The average sale price here is 206, which is high. And it's
Are you giving market stats or office stats?
This is market stats for Sun City Center, market stats. Average days on the market is 28 days.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. We have 27 pending sales in homes and 76 single family homes for sale right now. Condos, we have 79 condos that have sold in the last 3 months with 26 averaging a month. Average sale price, 155. Craig, there are no more $50,000 condos. That's the good news. Average days on the market is 31 days and 40 pending sales on condos. We have 72 active listings. So, if you look at the stats, you think, well, we've only had 155 active listings for the last 3 months because that's kind of what's going on. But we're getting in
70 a month, so you got a 2 month supply of homes.
Yeah. And so we're getting in listings, but they're selling quickly. So we're kind of staying the same with 155 active listings throughout the town, which is really low for this town. We're with 15,000 homes. It's a very small percent. So we are robust and we're coming up. We've gotten busy and cash is king here. So we're getting a lot more cash sales again. So I have very high hopes that this summer is going to be very, very strong.
Love it.
Yeah.
Mr. Reed, my top right.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Just start off with some numbers for Apollo Beach office. So we have 106 listings in inventory, which is crazy because the beginning of May, for the first week of May, we were carrying about 121, 122 pretty consistently for that first week, and it just slowly kept dropping. So everything we're seeing in the market is happening in our office as well. So we're losing listings because we're selling them. We're just not getting enough to replace them. So everything that we've been talking about is going to be focusing on get more listings. More listings means more buyers, and more listings means more sales. More sales means more commissions for everybody. So thank you everybody for everything that you've been doing for the first week of June. We've had some good closings here. Jeff Iglesias closed a $920,000 condo. Guy did amazing stuff right there, getting that done. He's got a lot of other stuff working too. Jessica Woods, 2 closings. Deborah and Darby, again with a trifecta for the first week of June. Last week they did the same thing. These girls are on fire. They put a listing up. They closed the deal. and they put property under contract as well, 2 contracts. Aixa also closed some deals. Laura Wolf has been, like you showed the text message, she is just on fire, closing new construction, listing properties, selling listings, selling her buyers. So for anybody who has any questions about what's going on in the market, well, you dictate the actions in the market. If you are active, your market will be active, because it's just a small little, like Deborah said, a small little microcosm. Whatever you do are the results you're going to get. And then just to leave you with a thought, one more thing. Heidi said and double-sided and closed a deal as well this past week. My little thought for you today, because there's so much going on in the world right now. So the pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. The optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. It's something we've all heard plenty of times before, but if you think about it from the perspective of we don't have problems, problem is just the word that we made up that is to describe an opportunity to change and grow. So anytime you have a problem, stop telling yourself it's a problem. Ask yourself, what's the opportunity? How can I grow? How can I change? How can I make this better?
Love it. Kathleen Long.
Good morning, everybody, and I absolutely 200% agree with Chris's sentiments. Your mindset is everything in this market, and over here, the agents are being very active and results are starting to follow. Right now, we have 21 pending contracts. We had 5 closings last week. One of my newer agents, Brian, just got another listing. Carol just got another contract over the weekend. Dawn, one of my newer agents, she just got a contract and another buyer and another listing. Yvonne, one of my newer agents, she just got a new buyer she's working with on a contract. Jesse, working on another contract, and he had a closing. Karina just had a contract. Martin, more listings and more listings and more closings. Neil got another contract, and I'm getting ready to list my downtown condo property because the market's really shot up and this is a good time to make some money on it. And just to echo everybody else's sentiments, it's all about what you want to get out of this beautiful thing that we do called real estate. If you put your heart and soul and mind into it, not just 100%, but thinking about it on a regular basis and really putting your money where your mouth is, you can make this happen quicker than you think. The money's out there. And that's all I got.
I love it. Ashley? Unmute.
Hi, everyone. This is a little bit more geared towards the relocation team, but if you do have any relocation files, please do not close them out in Zap. Just so everybody knows, Zap directly communicates with Broker Center, which is our Cartus database. Because something as simple as you saying that somebody is renting is going to count against us, as opposed to saying somebody didn't qualify for mortgage, and then I've got to go back and forth and trying to like fight the file and that type of thing. Also, I really want to make sure that everybody knows, if you have any files anymore, I'm sorry, my phone keeps ringing. Surveys are a thing again, as opposed to last year where we weren't allowed to talk about surveys. We need to start talking about surveys again, for all
Did
of
we
our
have 30 closings last month, relocations?
We did.
It's a nice little office.
Right. Well, I mean, really, I mean, and our agents are amazing, really. If you, we should have a little bit more than that this month, because some of them got pushed back because of COVID and everything else going on. So even for the rest of this month, I still have 27, I want to say, pending for the rest of this month alone. Right. So I want to make sure that the agents understand that we are supposed to be talking about surveys again, and I will reiterate that with an email. But once again, like, you want to talk about how great you guys are doing, right? So it's going to be, we need 7s or 8s now, as opposed to the USAs that were 10s. So our our surveys are the 7s or 8s. So we need to be asking for that and talking about it. Yeah, so we've got, like I said, 27 more closings for the rest of this month. So we've already been doing amazing there. So everybody's been doing a great job. I want to make sure that everybody's pressing 5 as well. That's on our team. But once again, please make sure that all, any outgoing referrals that you guys have, that you're reaching out to us, please, because I want to make sure that we're able to service your clients, for number one. And then number two, I want to make sure that we're, doing a really good job for you. So please.
And while you're having those conversations we're asking you to have, remember to bring in, if you're moving someplace else, we can help. And we should be generating outgoing referrals at the rate of 5 to 10 a week right now, if we're actually making our conversations and phone calls.
Well, and we've done 22 outgoing referrals since the beginning of May. So from May to today, 22. And those are, it's extra money. Seriously, guys. I mean, seriously, if you're thinking about like doing for sale by owners, if you're doing any of these other, even, everything that Mike is saying, everything that we're putting out there, it also can translate for outgoing referrals. So make sure that you're asking for that, because if you're asking for it, if you're not getting it, you could be leaving money on the table. Just don't leave any money on the table, ever.
Unless it's a tip for your waitress. Mr. Beggins?
I want to just show one thing, because I thought this is pretty cool. So this is yesterday headline. Mortgage rates in Canada down to 1.99% for the first time ever, lowest in the history of the world there. Get ready, right? That's all I want to say is, if you don't have inventory now, guys, we're really going to miss the boat. So I'm going to keep saying that. I'm not going to change the words that are coming out of my mouth until you do it. But everybody here needs to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new listings in the next month. And you'll be very, very, very happy you did. You'll have the best holiday season you've ever had in your life, and you'll set up your career be amazing. So every listing is worth at least 3 or 4 buyers. You guys know that deal. And especially now, it's money in the bank. So get ready. If you didn't hear our message yesterday, watch it again. I'm not going to recap it, but it's get everybody ready and dig into your sphere and start to wake people up that aren't thinking about moving, because they need to start thinking about moving, because every one of us, there's something else we'd like to have in our house that we don't have. So everybody is really a candidate for moving. And especially when you make money almost free and you are able to tap into your untapped equity to move into a better place for you for no difference or even cheaper money, it doesn't make sense not to explore that. So if we're not really waking up and telling everybody that message, we're missing the boat. So that's what I wanted to remind.
Go back and watch yesterday's class if you missed it. c21be.tv, or go to beggins3.com for C21 Beggins Agents. It'll take you right there. Or on Facebook, Beggins Agents on live replay. So there's 3 ways you can watch it. There's no reason. That was really good content for those. If you want to make things happen and it's not working for you now, do what they said yesterday and it will work.
And and Otis will do the actual individual responses, because people, guys, everyone's on fire. The agents who are working right now, it's unbelievable. I'm so proud of everybody. We're actually doing a little breakfast tomorrow for the beaches, and we'll be doing some award stuff there. But no, I'm proud of everybody, but Otis will go one-on-one on those shortly. So that's what I want to say. Get listings, get listings, get listings.
So, Otis, speaking of the devil.
Yeah, good morning. What I'm noticing, speaking with a lot of agents, are I feel like we're at the beginning of the surge already. And so some of the agents are a little bit, they lack some confidence in their skill set. And so I say, go to your questions, make sure you have good questions. If it's buyer questions or seller questions and you're not sure what to ask, let me know. I got quite a few scripts. We got the B21 scripts. And so get to know those, internalize those so you can dance the dance. The other thing is know your pipeline. If you don't write down all your business, you're going to forget about some of it, and then you're going to lose some sleep. And so we don't want that. Know your pipeline, because you have a fantastic opportunity to really make a lot of money over the next 2 to 3 quarters. But if you don't have a pipeline, you're going to forget about some people, and then your follow-up skills aren't going to be there. And then lastly, your awareness. If you're aware of what's going on around you, you're aware of the neighborhoods, your farm, You're aware of what's going on with the rates, the particular mortgage companies that are taking longer than others. That's going to help you navigate these uncharted waters. But at the end of the day, our agents are on fire right now. I mean, between the beaches and South Tampa, they are on fire. And so what I'm doing is I'm just helping prop them up and helping fill in the gaps. But at the end of the day, again, it really comes down to your disciplines, your skill sets, and then taking advantage of the fact that we can plug up the gaps of your weaknesses. So know your questions, or have your pipeline, be organized, be structured, and be aware. Be aware of what's going on. And there's not going to be much that stops you. That's my 2 cents.
I like it. Mr. Puma?
Yeah, I mean, I think we kind of expressed, I think, our best advice yesterday during that class. But for those of you that didn't tune in, my only message for all of you at this point is just be respectful, be smart about what you're putting out from a social perspective. There's more activity and more attention on social than ever before, which can be a very, very powerful thing if leveraged correctly. And I am not saying, because I got some messages, and one message in particular said, well, you give your opinion on there. Yes, I do. And I'm not saying don't give your opinion on the current issues at hand. I'm just saying make sure you do so in a respectful way. That's it, right? So if you want to share your opinion, do so. Understand that opinion may upset the other half that disagrees with that, right? So you need to be okay with that, but just do so in a respectful way, and everything will be fine, because you have to keep in mind that you're not just talking about your clients here. You're talking about your other agents that are in your office with you. You're talking about friends, family, and everyone has their own opinion. So just be respectful and understand that your actions directly affect those around you, including us as a brokerage. So be smart, but don't be afraid to continue to push out content, guys, because as we talked about yesterday, the market is hot and it's only going to get better. So you've got to keep your brand awareness up. And the best way to do that right now, at scale at least, is from a social perspective. So keep posting, just be smart.
Tomas?
Good morning, team. So have you guys ever seen that Crazy Eddie when he used to do electronics? And he's like, everything's gonna be insane, you know? Like, that's the way the market is right now. It's insane. So we got Lauren Fletchman, 310 grand listing in South Tampa, sold it in 10 hours. She sold it before the sign even got there. Boom, first showing, listing, first showing in contract. 5 new listings. Natalie put up 4, Tina Cooper. Just to tell you guys about Natalie, last year her dad died. Everything that she did kind of just went down. I mean, no matter what she put to contract, everything just failed. But through her perseverance, she's doing very well. We also had 3 closings with Whipper, Andrea DeFilippo, and Lorraine Davis. And we had 7 open contracts this week and 32 pending. So yeah, Craig, 7. So we're doing great. My last 2 cents, a positive attitude gives you power over your circumstances instead of your circumstances having power over you. Boom.
That's it. That's it. Joe, wrap us up. Take us home.
Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to reiterate a couple things on that report. The last of those that I sent over, Craig, the last slides was actually monthly inventory. And I mean, you might not have gone down far enough, but in Hillsborough County, it's 1.2 months right now. So that means they're coming on, they're going off faster than we can go on. And I had personally a listing last week that went on at 11 o'clock and was sold by 8. And we had 4 offers on it.
Well, look at this. So 80% of the people that are selling their homes locally are buying another home locally.
Correct.
So only having 20% of the homes that are coming on the market are people that are leaving the state.
Right.
And think how many people are leaving their state to come to Florida now.
Yes. Yep.
Warm
And
water, beaches, employment, weather, climate, and you can work from home now?
Yep.
I'm out of here. The Northeast is just going to start flowing in. That 1,300 people a day is going to become 1,800, 1,900 people a day.
Yeah. So our demand's not just for local movement, but we've got an influx of people that is incredible right now. Yeah, I'm not seeing so much movement, and I'm also getting a lot of movement in town. Like I live here and I'm moving here, so I mean I'm seeing both of it right now, personally, anyway. But like as interest rates drop, as Jeff brought that article on, which was a great article, I saw that too. As interest rates drop, the value of our homes are going to go up because demand on it is going to go up. So the law of supply and demand is right there. But we're all doing well. I mean, we got people in the office, people are selling, people are buying.
Yeah, that's what they do. Let's get them away.
Go team.
There you go.
Thank you.
A couple more slides here and go to our caravan. All right, Joe, thank you. Mark Bortz. I'm just going to still actually engage with Puma's post. I mean, what a nice thing for him to spend all his time to put those things together and send it out so you can send the post out every day. On Friday, Otis and I did a class and we got deep into the escalation clause, the backup and the kickout clauses, which I really think you need to be well versed on now because of what we're just talking about. There's so many listings, so few listings and so many buyers. I want you very well versed at backups, kickouts, and escalation clauses so that you can win. Quite a few agents wrote in during that class and I used the escalation clause and we won. So if you're not knowing what I'm talking about there, that's a good one to do. I would like somebody to call me at some point and tell me how the road to recovery, the 100-day plan by Century 21, who watched it and liked it, because I want to hear more about that. We talked about the listing agreement, Happy Agent podcast. I think we're doing 2 today. So they'll be coming out. I hope you're watching those. I'm hearing really good things about them. And I also want somebody to tell me about a century21.com virtual open house if you've done one. I mean, they invented that for us. I heard across the system they're working well. Although open houses are allowed now. Leads are on the downward trend all of a sudden because we're in the 300-400s, but we were doing social ad engines, so those numbers were inflated. But Century 21 went up from 36 to 42. Relo, we were not on this week, or last week, so we were on the week before, so went from 24 to 9. Agent import I took out. Op City went from 42 to 48. Op City's just cranking it. Walk-ins went from 9 to 16. Walk-ins are call-ins. Sign calls went from 39 to 34, and Zillow went from 27 to 26. That's not bad inquiries for 7 days. And then we got some birthdays. Tomorrow we've got Angela Breeding from South Tampa along with Jack Berry from Madeira Beach. On the 11th, we've got Carlisha Newman from Brandon, Deborah Haley, happy birthday. Janie Coates on the 11th, as well as Thomas McCombs from Sun City. Then on the 13th, we have Patricia Gutierrez from South Tampa. On the 14th, we have Yvette Moore from Sun City, Tom Chacos from IRB, and Tanya Lavender from Brandon. So happy birth week to you all. And just want to put one more reminder, pandemic aside, the awards don't change. To get on the path to Centurion, the Masters Ruby Emerald Award starts at $146,000. That is 100% attainable in just the second half of this year if you'll engage in half of the things we're giving you to do. So that's a big recognition. That being said, it is 9:19. We're going to go ahead and jump into Caravan for the Apollo Beach office so you guys can break out and do your things or stay on and see how we do virtual caravans. And I think we just had a cancellation on one of those. So, all right, so meeting wise, happy Tuesday. Thank you for tuning in. Remember the changes I told you about. So you're going to get a COVID form by .loop. You're going to get a new IC agreement by .loop. And we'd like you to read them, sign them, and send them in. And if we don't get them timely, we'll have to go up with some sort of protocol to figure that out. So please don't make us do that. All right, let's keep my screen share going. Caravan, here we go. Only one, it's Brenda Fricks. Chris, I think you teed her up.
Not yet, I'm doing that now.
Okay.
Whoops.
I got her.
Well, people are jumping off, so it's jumping all over the place every time I click on somebody to talk.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Brenda, you should be good. You just have to unmute yourself. I have you on, I think that's your iPad. There you go.
Okay, I'm here now.
Awesome.
Are you getting a double, my voice double? I'm hearing myself on my cell phone as well.
Nope, you sound good on our end.
Yeah, you're sounding good here, but if you want to just go ahead and sign off on the cell phone, that should be fine.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, Island K Way. We just had a big price reduction from, original price was $515. This is in a waterfront community. There you've got you're looking at a picture of the boat ramp.
But hold on one second. One second. Island K is a funky, cool little community.
Right.
It's behind Circle K. It's a little gated enclave of huge lots. And nobody even knows about it. So once you get back in there, it's really funky. Half of the streets is waterfront, half of the streets not. It's right next to Bimini Bay. It's a really neat little neighborhood. And if people knew about it, they'd like it.
Yes, and a lot of people don't because they don't get back there because it is gated. But this is the home built by a builder for a builder. It had a new roof in 2016. We reduced the price down from original $515 to $499.9 now. The flood insurance is only $507 a year. The HOA is $400 a year. It has not changed in many years, and there are no CDDs. So you can see by the pictures, the home, speaks for itself. The pictures are gorgeous. It's a huge backyard. It's almost a half an acre. 0.47.
That's only, is this waterfront?
No, it is not waterfront, but
Okay.
it is not waterfront. So
It's only $169 a foot for a 3,000 square foot house.
exactly, and we've reduced it down to where we've had lots of showings but no contracts, and they are going to be moving out of state, so they're retiring. He's no longer building homes, but what else did I want to say? Oh, there's new roof in 2016. There is one bridge to the bay. Low tide, it's 12 feet. Clearance, high tide, it's 8 feet. I already got that information. And we're getting plenty of showings. We just need to get this one sold. So I put it on Caravan.
Actually, Brenda, that bridge has a 12-foot clearance level at mean tide.
Mean tide. Okay, well,
Yep.
this is what, yeah. That was good. I'm glad to know that. So low tide would be even more then.
Yeah.
Because I know the boats with the high bridges can make it underneath there with no problem. So
Well, it's a half acre, you said, right? That's a half acre lot?
0.47, yeah, almost a half an acre. It's all fenced, beautiful backyard, a pool, home, pavers.
Trees.
There's nothing it doesn't have. It even has a backup generator run by propane. Like I said, new roof in 2016. Trying to think of what else is the most important thing. In-house vacuum, extra insulation everywhere, extra features everywhere. The house was built in 2003, and he's lived there he lived there ever since he's built it. So one owner. That's the pool bath.
Yep.
All the appliances stay, washer, dryer stay, everything stays. And they had to have a picture of their closet because they made it so clean and neat. They wanted to show it all. So, and there's the backyard pool. Nice undercover patio area.
Yeah.
So, and the backyard you can see has got plenty of trees. We just need a contract now.
Just awareness of that when it's going to go.
Right.
What kind of feedback are you getting from the showings there?
We're getting at 510 or 515, they said the price was good. It was just some people want to have their boat in their own backyard, and you can't park your boat at the dock. It's just mainly for going in and out,
Mhm.
That's the only negative feedback we've gotten, that is not on water. We did have an offer the first couple of days, but the person who was supposed to be pre-qualified ended up not being pre-qualified. So the agent said they were, but they ended up not being, so we lost that contract.
Gotcha. All right. Well, Kim Hodgkins was next. She pulled both of hers off, so I don't know what happened there.
Probably sold.
Good. Okay. Well, guys, that's all I got for you today. Thank you for tuning up. Lots of important stuff, though, so thank you for showing up. Chris, did you say we had 109, 106?
Yeah, we had about 109 on at the most that I saw.
Awesome and amazing. All right, guys, happy Tuesday. Stay tuned. Make hay while the sun shines.